Hello, everybody. It's Matt, and it is Terrifying Tuesday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. I give you a brief synopsis today, your starring cast, director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer, a link for where you can watch this bad boy for free, and if you decide if you like it enough, I give you a link for where you can purchase it as well. So help support Chivi's Film Productions. They are a very, very good production company. I am a huge fan. And one last little tidbit, if you decide, you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks. Now, with all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's came out back in 2018. It is directed by Braasch. It is none other than Mentis. What an interesting movie, interesting title, interesting concept. Everything is just absolutely interesting about this little film. Like I said, it's a short film. It runs at about 18 minutes. It's got a pretty good cast in here. We had the main guy, Billy. Billy did a great job. You have Joe DeBartolo in there as well. It's just all around a nice cast. They all did a great job, in my opinion. I didn't once say, "Oh, hey, that person needs to go" because they're wooden acting. No, everybody did a great job supporting the main star in this. I really, really enjoyed that. What exactly is it about? Well, this guy wakes up one day and he's it starts out he's in the mental hospital, and he is writing down some stuff in a journal, and he's talking about how he's in this mental hospital and how he got there. And so we flash back to how he got there, and he wakes in the morning. It starts out with him waking up, and he is heading into his dead-end job at this sleazy little diner that is run by Joe DeBartolo. I'm sorry, Joe, if I murdered your last name. But he's running it. He's kind of runs it with an iron fist. You know, he's not a nice gentleman. Constantly on Billy's ass about how he's not doing a good job, about how he has no time or patience for him. He's upset his shirt isn't tucked in. He's not even ready for work, and he's late on top of it. So I do kind of understand where Joe's coming from with this. I'd be a little frustrated too if my employee showed up late and not ready for work. I used to run a business. I am all about you be there on time and you be ready there for work. I don't care if you walk in right at your exact time you're supposed to be there, but you better be ready to work as soon as you walk in, because there could be a busy crowd and I might need your ass to help me. So with all that said in mind, but anyways, I kind of understand where Joe's coming from on that end, but he came across, he just does it the wrong way. He comes across as a real jerk when he does it. Goes through the shift, and eventually this gentleman comes in, who is not like any of the other people that he has been seeing throughout the day, or in theirs in general since he started working there, because he is new to the town and he doesn't know a whole lot of people or any of that on top of it. So he's just kind of a lonely bachelor, and this guy really sticks out to him. So he's a very interesting character. He even makes a point to talk about how he looks and why he's wearing sunglasses indoors and things of that nature. The guy orders himself a veggie omelet and how did he put it, some kind of glass of tea. I forget exactly how he put it, but it was pretty funny. So he gets his food, goes to pay for it, and instead of leaving a cash tip like most people generally do when they go to a restaurant, they leave a cash tip or they leave it on the old credit card bill. That's neither here nor there. But he ends up handing him a cell phone instead and said somebody's going to call him, I forget exactly who, and they will get in contact with him. He's just like, okay, whatever, dude. Takes the phone as a tip. I would have probably just thrown it back at him and like, nah, dude, I ain't playing this game. I don't want your crappy old early 2000s flip phone. I'm sorry, bro. But anyways, he takes it home, and eventually he receives a call, and then he answers it, and on the other end of the line, there's like an automated service that tells it, that says activating number, and then it rattles off a series of numbers. I don't remember what the numbers are. That's neither here nor there. But he falls asleep and then wakes up in his bed, and like nothing has happened. He doesn't know or have any recollection of what happened after that phone call. And this happens a couple of times. It's quite interesting. I really enjoyed this idea. I'm not going to give away any more pieces to the puzzle because I think this is really well made and very fun. It even starts off with the great saying, out of all the gin joints and whatever in the world, you had to walk into mine, or whatever it is. From was that Casablanca, I believe. You get all kinds of great things going on here. You can tell that Derek is a lover of film and does care about his craft. So I really appreciate that. I love watching and reviewing his films. I think they make a great team up there at Chivi's. It's him and his wife Nina, and then of course they have their regular cast members that they use a lot of. They're just a good down home kind of production company that I absolutely adore. As far as the three things that I love my movies to meet, the first is the audio. Derek is very good with the audio. He knows how to get the sound to where you're not having outside static, no outside interference through like, say, somebody not shutting the hell up in the background, or a pesky neighbor mowing the lawn while they're trying to film. There's none of that outside interference going on. So it's very crisp, cool, and clean, as I like to say. I never once had to rewind it to re-listen what the character is saying. So I understood it like perfectly. It's very, very, very clear. I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to give it an A+ there. Dialogue is very interesting. It goes from basic everyday kind of talk, from like stuff from, for example, the interactions between the waiters, wait staff, and the customers, and kind of the boss that's kind of an asshole to the wait staff. That's almost somewhat realistic in a sense, because I've worked in restaurants in my life and I've had a few bad bosses at a couple of them, and they have no qualms yelling at you and making themselves look like an ass in front of everybody, but it's okay. It's okay. They eventually dry up and they go home and they change their diaper. But that's neither here nor there. So the dialogue is very good on that end. It's believable, and that's what I like about it. So I'm going to give it another A+. Third thing is editing. Editing is very fine in this. There's a nice steady momentum. It never once loses my attention. I never felt like it had weird cuts that did not make any sense. It stays at a nice even pace, and it keeps on trotting till it gets to the very end of the race, and it does it in a very fine fashion, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm going to give it another A. Alright guys, and then on to the final score of my 1 through 5. What will I give this? I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. My only real beef with this movie is I could have gone for another 20 minutes with this one. It could have been much longer. I think it would have been I think it would be really cool to see an expanded story upon this one. Just because there's so many directions you could go with this. So Derek, if you ever do delve into making feature films, I don't know if you've done any feature lengths yet. I just know that you've done short films, or at least that's all I've seen so far is short films. I hope someday you do a feature, because I think you're a very fantastic director that really has a good eye for what he wants on screen and what he wants from his performers, makeup effects artists, to everybody else behind the camera, all the way down to the catering service. He knows exactly what he wants, and it's great. And I absolutely love that about the Chivi's film production crew. They are just absolutely a great crew of people. Alright guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll be back here on Thursday with yet another review. Thursday will be a Halloween fan film that I will be reviewing. It'll be the second that I've reviewed in my illustrious career of a reviewer. And then on Saturday it will be a Jason MP film, and then next week will be all I'm not doing anything for as far as from other directors. I'm going to be doing 4 films, all from the 1950s. So look forward to that next week. Alright guys, love your faces. Peace.